What do we know about this new proposal?
Well, we know it's its seventh and, in the view of Ford, its strongest offer yet. We also know it offers record pay and benefits. The CEO says it's an offer that is costly for the company, but Ford believes that it's one that believes it to allow for the future and in a future that it can invest in and grow. The proposal boosts its wage increase for permanent workers to a record 20%, also increases benefits such as contributions to 401ks, as much as 5 weeks vacation and income assurance, or what is called layoff protection. That means no job losses due to electric battery plants. The whole EV issue is a serious one for the union. The offer also includes a reference to new product commitments. Now, the devil may be in the details here. The CEO, Jim Farley, recently criticized the UAW as wanting to determine the way it runs battery plants that are not even built yet. And yet in this latest proposal, Ford now appears to be making concessions, or at least easing concerns in this regard. Ford says it remains open to the possibility of working with the union on future EV battery plants, but that these are, quote, multi-billion-dollar investments and must operate at competitive and sustainable levels. You may recall that last week, Ford drew fire from the union when it stopped work on a Michigan EV battery plant, which is a $3.5 billion investment. Ford also said it made its latest offer late Monday night, and while it did not put a number on the wage offer, it says that this increase would actually put the UAW represented jobs among the, quote, top 25% of all U.S. jobs, hourly and salaried, in terms of the amount of pay.
Sue, where do we go from here?
Well, obviously, the UAW will take a look at this and come back to them. What we do know is that the UAW initially asked for a 40% pay increase. According to reporting by Bloomberg, sources close to the negotiations say that the union actually wants to emerge from the strike with at least a 30% pay raise. So there's a big gap there between 20% and 30%. We also know all three automakers have essentially said from the beginning that a 40% increase would effectively bankrupt their business. And so raising that pay level is a serious block for them. In terms of some of the other issues, it's clear that Ford has come up, as it said, from its earlier proposals. It's also important to notice that you've got 25,000 workers now on strike 19 days in. There have been a number of layoffs and furloughs by all three automakers. In fact, Ford now announced they are laying off an additional 300 some workers. That brings to well over 900 the amount they've laid off so far. And there are already concerns that even though the latest sales numbers for the third quarter show an increase in cars sold, that there are concerns that this strike, as it has continued 3 weeks now, could impact and will likely impact the supply chain issues for the auto industry.